On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Commonplace.
Occurring very often, lacking originality or interest.
Examples:
Become a commonplace sight. Commonplace event. Forgetting someone's name is a commonplace occurrence.
Cliché.
A phrase or expression that has become overused to the point that it has lost its original impact or meaning, a trite or unoriginal idea or statement.
Examples:
Cliché plot. Age-old cliché. Using the same cliché phrase in every conversation can take time and effort.
Claim.
To assert that something is true, to demand or request something as one's own, to lay legal or moral right to something. Noun, a demand or assertion of a right or something that one believes to be true.
Examples:
Claim responsibility. False claim. He wants to claim ownership of the abandoned property.
Decline.
To become gradually smaller, fewer, worse, etc., to refuse to accept.
Examples:
Decline a job offer. Decline in quality. As people age, their digestive capacity also gradually declines.
Aim.
To try or plan to get or achieve something.
Examples:
Aim at a specific target. Aim to be a nurse. We aim for an overseas expansion.
Rebuild.
To build again or anew.
Examples:
Rebuild a company. Rebuild communities. They are planning to rebuild the house after the fire.
Misconception.
A belief or an idea that is wrong because it has been based on faulty thinking, understanding, or hypothesis.
Examples:
Dispel the misconception. Commonly held misconception. There are numerous misconceptions about food and health.
Basis.
The most important facts, ideas, or events from which something is developed, the way how things are organized or arranged.
Examples:
On an equal basis. Basis for calculation. This evidence will form the basis for our discussion.
Inclined.
Having a tendency or preference for something, likely or disposed to think, feel, or behave in a certain way.
Examples:
Inclined to think. Inclined angle. I am inclined to believe that she is telling the truth.
Institute.
An organization that has a specific purpose, particularly one dealing with science, education, or a particular profession. Verb, to initiate, introduce, or establish something.
Examples:
Institute a lawsuit. Research institutes. This region has many institutes offering higher education.
Overview.
A general description or summary of a subject.
Examples.
Give an overview. Overview of recent trends. A well-known analyst described the market overview in the morning session.
Poll.
An inquiry into public opinion conducted by interviewing a random sample of people, the process of voting at an election.
Examples.
A pre-election poll. Public opinion polls. Several polls show a decline in the president's approval rating.
Supposedly.
According to what is generally assumed or believed without actually knowing for sure.
Examples.
Supposedly identical. Necklace supposedly made of pure gold. He is supposedly nominated for a Nobel Prize.
Mistrust.
To have doubts or suspicions about the honesty or sincerity of someone.
Examples.
Mistrust a young man. Mistrust the government. He mistrusted her apology because of her past lies.
Principal.
Most important, main, or chief.
Examples.
Principal actor. Principal responsible. The principal reason for the company's success is its innovative products.
Journalist.
A person who collects and writes news stories or articles for newspapers, magazines, radio, television, or other online media.
Examples.
A China-based journalist. Journalist on a magazine. Foreign TV crews and journalists can go as they please in various locations during the Olympics.
Politician.
A person who is a member of a government or lawmaking organization, especially as an elected member of parliament, etc.
Examples.
A politician in the ruling party. A corrupt politician. The politician lost his position in the end due to the scandal.
Judge.
A person who makes decisions in a court of law, verb, to determine the result of or form a critical opinion of something.
Examples.
Judge a competition. An associate judge. The strict judge ruled in favor of the plaintiff in the case.
Nurse.
A healthcare professional who is trained to provide care for the sick or injured, verb, to try to cure by special care or treatment of an illness or injury.
Examples.
Nurse practitioner. A volunteer nurse. The night shift nurse checked my vital signs before administering the medication.
Midway.
In the middle of a process or journey, halfway between 2 points or stages.
Examples.
Midway between our houses. midway through the flight. We stopped at a restaurant midway through our road trip for lunch.
Generic.
Not specific, not linked to a particular brand or product.
Examples:
A generic product. Generic version. The generic aspirin brand was just as effective as the name brand, but much cheaper.
Attitude.
The way you think and feel about someone or something.
Examples:
Attitude toward mistakes. Attitude control. She had the attitude that work was fun.
Grocer.
A person who owns a shop that sells foodstuffs and some household supplies.
Examples:
A greengrocer. An old grocer. The natural foods grocer took advantage of the recent vegan craze.
Fishmonger.
A person who sells fish, typically at a fish market or shop, a merchant or retailer who specializes in selling fresh or preserved fish and seafood.
Examples:
Local fishmonger. Friendly fishmonger. The fishmonger at the market displayed an impressive variety of fresh seafood.
Differentiate.
To recognize or establish as being distinct, to distinguish between things that are compared, to calculate a derivative.
Examples:
Differentiate between fact and fiction. Differentiate a function. The teacher asked the students to differentiate between the two similar species of birds.
Assume.
To think or accept something to be true without having proof of it, to take or begin to have power, to begin to exhibit a specific quality or appearance.
Examples:
Assume a lousy attitude to his boss. Assume an important role. The following example assumes that the capacity of each battery is the same.
Instance.
A particular example or single occurrence of something.
Examples:
For instance. Notable instance. These articles cite 5 instances of climate change.
Uniform.
Always the same, showing a single form or character in all occurrences. Noun, the special set of clothes worn by members of a particular group as a means of identification.
Examples:
At a uniform temperature. Our school uniform. This country has a nationally uniform culture.
Reception.
The act of receiving or the state of being received, especially warmly or kindly, a formal party of people.
Examples:
A cold reception. Reception desk. The wedding reception was held in the grand ballroom of the hotel.
Minibus.
A small bus designed to carry a limited number of passengers, usually between 8 and 15, often used for public transportation, shuttle services, or private hire.
Examples:
Minibus taxi. Crowded minibus. I took a minibus to get to the city center since the bus service was disrupted.
Loquacious.
Very talkative, tending to talk a lot and at length.
Examples:
Loquacious chatter. Loquacious interviewee. The loquacious salesman talked for hours without letting the customer get a word in.
Conversation.
An informal talk between two or more people to exchange their views, ideas, information, etc.
Examples:
Conversation in English. A friendly conversation. Your conversation reflects your thoughts.
Ordinary.
Not different, exceptional, or unexpected in any way, especially in quality, ability, size, or degree.
Examples:
An ordinary school. Ordinary annual revenue. The ordinary session of the Diet opened.
Intelligence.
The ability to learn, comprehend, or make judgments or conclusions based on reasons.
Examples:
An intelligence test. Field of artificial intelligence. In terms of intelligence, he was head and shoulders above his classmates.
Abstract.
Based on general ideas, feelings, or qualities and not on any of physical or concrete existence.
Examples:
An abstract noun. Abstract science. The invention of the camera triggered the development of abstract painting.
Obliterate.
To wipe out, destroy, or conceal all signs of something utterly, to remove completely from recognition or memory.
Examples:
Obliterate all traces. Obliterate data. The accident at that nuclear power plant obliterated the local ecosystem.
Judgment.
The ability to form valuable opinions and make reasonable decisions.
Examples:
An emotional judgment. Deliver a judgment. Her judgments are consistently rational and sensible.
Secondly.
Used to introduce the second point or item in a list or series of statements, considerations, etc.
Examples:
Secondly connected. Secondly, it is important. Firstly, we will discuss the budget. Secondly, we will go over the schedule.
Frank.
Honest and sincere, open and candid in expression.
Examples:
Frank and open discussion. Make a frank apology. Full involvement means frank and prompt responses.
Trustworthy.
Reliable and dependable.
Examples:
trustworthy ally, trustworthy source. People tend to believe trustworthy friends with their secrets.
Posit.
To suggest or accept something as fact or as a basis for argument or consideration.
Examples:
posit the existence of life after death. Posit the premise. We should posit several hypotheses to discuss the matter.
Aptly.
In a way that is appropriate or fitting, in a way that demonstrates understanding or intelligence.
Examples:
aptly named, aptly timed. She aptly described the complex scientific concept in simple terms everyone could understand.
Intelligent.
Having the capacity for thought and reason, especially to a high degree.
Examples:
an intelligent person. Intelligent assisting system. Intelligent robots that can cooperate with humans have limited motor output for safety.
Refuse.
To show that one is not willing to do or accept something.
Examples:
refuse a request. Refuse the company. My initial reaction was to refuse.
Competent.
Having the necessary ability, knowledge, or skill to do something successfully.
Examples:
competent authority. Competent personnel. The judge ruled that the defendant was competent to stand trial.
Reliable.
Worthy of being relied on, trustworthy.
Examples:
reliable access. Guarantee reliable delivery. Trains are reliable, inexpensive, and ideal for long-distance travel.
Relevance.
The state or degree of being closely connected or appropriate to the matter at hand.
Examples:
have no relevance. Relevance category. The relevance of this information to the current situation needs to be investigated.
Unreliable.
Not able to be trusted or depended on.
Examples:
prove unreliable. Unreliable source of information. By incorrect assumption, statistics can be notoriously unreliable.
Confident.
Feeling sure about your abilities or qualities, or having trust in people, plans, or the future.
Examples:
feel confident. A confident remark. I'm not confident in our victory.
Overestimate.
To estimate something to be greater in amount or importance than it really is.
Examples:
overestimate the value. Overestimate the amount of time spent. He tends to overestimate his abilities.
Competence.
The ability to do something well or efficiently, the knowledge, skill, and ability required to perform a task or job effectively.
Examples:
Competence evaluation. Proven competence. The company is looking for candidates with the necessary competence and skills.
Dishonest.
Capable of being corrupted, not honest.
Examples:
Dishonest politicians. Promote dishonest behavior. Often in drama, dishonest personalities gain popularity.
Spot.
A particular location or place, a small round or roundish area, differing in color or feels from the surface around it.
Examples:
Beauty spot. A spot on his honor. This remote spot is rarely visited.
Construct.
To build or create something, to assemble or combine different parts to form something whole.
Examples:
Construct a 3D image. Construct a dam. He constructs hypotheses that no mathematician has ever imagined before.
Converse.
To talk informally.
Examples:
Converse with an acquaintance. Ask a converse question. She enjoyed the opportunity to converse with a person who spoke her language.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples:
Suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Midwife.
A person trained to assist women during childbirth and to provide care for the mother and baby.
Examples:
Professional midwife. Serve as midwife. The clinical midwife assisted with the delivery of the baby.
Paperwork.
Administrative tasks that involve writing or typing documents.
Examples:
Paperwork process. Bureaucratic paperwork. The paperwork for the loan application was extensive.
Institutional.
Of, in, or relating to a large important organization, such as a university or bank, organized as or forming part of the standard systems, practices, etc.
Examples:
Institutional bank. Address institutional constraints. We have to discuss the institutional reforms of our country.
Opposition.
The act of disagreeing or resisting, the state of strong disagreement.
Examples:
Opposition campaign. Meet with opposition. The opposition party strongly disagreed with the government's proposed legislation.
Distract.
To draw someone's attention away from what they are trying to do.
Examples:
distract attention from the real issue. Distract public opinion. Please don't distract me while I'm studying.
Tick.
A light, sharp, repetitive sound or action, a mark indicating that something is correct or has been done. Any of two families of small parasitic arachnids with barbed proboscis.
Examples:
Tick of the clock. Tick fever. I always put a tick mark next to the items on my grocery list after buying them.
Communicate.
To share or exchange information with others by speaking, writing, moving your body, or using other signals.
Examples:
communicate his anxieties to the psychiatrist. Communicate well with my advisor. Dolphins use sound to communicate with each other.
Reaction.
A response that reveals a person's feelings or attitude. In chemistry, a process in which one or more substances are changed into others.
Examples:
chemical reaction. Trigger a reaction. There was a chemical reaction of the lime with the groundwater.
Adequate.
Enough, acceptable, satisfactory for a particular purpose or need.
Examples:
adequate parking facilities. Provide adequate funding. This argument is still not adequate.
Backward.
At, to, or toward the direction or place that is behind or rear.
Examples:
walk backward. Backward angle. She falls over backward when she sees her mother-in-law.
Improve.
To make or become better.
Examples:
improve a process. Improve the test score. We want to improve ties between our two countries.
Distinctive.
Having a quality or characteristic that makes it stand out from others.
Examples:
distinctive ability. Designed to be distinctive. His writing style was distinctive, with a clear and concise voice.
Commerce.
The activity of buying and selling things, especially on a large scale.
Examples:
interstate commerce. The local chamber of commerce. This company has invested heavily in internet commerce.
Vulnerable.
Capable of being hurt or influenced physically or mentally.
Examples:
a vulnerable bridge. Vulnerable parts of the body. Infants and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable.
Confidence.
The feeling or attitude that one can trust or rely on the abilities or good qualities of someone or something.
Examples:
confidence as a teacher. Boost my confidence. Skill and competence are an unconquered army.
Discern.
To see, perceive, or understand something that is not obvious.
Examples.
Discern the big picture. Discern friend from foe. Parents need to help their children discern right and wrong.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples.
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Moral.
Concerned with the principles of what is right and wrong, fairness, honesty, etc.
Examples.
Moral hazard. Moral burden. Ethics deals with moral conduct.
Detect.
To find or recognize something, especially something difficult to see, hear, etc.
Examples.
Detect a bad event. Detect smuggling across borders. The security camera has detected 4 intruders.